Welcome back to my channel! I really hope I'm in focus right now and that you can see my whole face. So I have some permanent disclaimers for my videos. I think I found my niche of just being like imperfect and being creative and making these videos anyways. So a couple of things. This camera, I think is from 2012, around then. It's a Nikon D3200 and I don't think it specializes in taking videos, although it takes pretty decent videos, but the autofocus in it doesn't really work. So if I just put it on auto and try to sit in front of it and move, like it won't even track my face or anything else that's moving in front of it. When I try to focus it automatically, like hold it halfway down and then it goes like and so I usually edit those moments out of my videos, which is annoying because sometimes I'm talking and then it's, you know, focusing and whatever. It also kind of sounds like just like a creaky door when I'm like moving it around, like it'll be like clunk, clunk, clunk. So that's all the camera stuff, but I'm working with it. I'm not mad about it. I'm just, you know, I'm just letting you guys know that I am aware of it all. And it's all part of the ensemble. That's all a part of the real deal, the whole shebang, the big package. Anyways. Also, my house is a disaster for most of this video because I'm making time to sew something. So the whole point of my videos, I feel like, is just to inspire you to get creative, sew something, paint something, whatever you do for creativity, no matter what, and to make it a priority above other things. You know, sometimes you just have to leave the laundry sitting for overnight or something. In my opinion, I would never be able to get anything creative done if all I did was clean and hang out with my kids and work. So make time for your creativity. It's very important. Also, this video was filmed over the course of like a week. I can't just like sew for a day. Like I sometimes watch other people's YouTube channels. Like I've been just for inspiration watching like other YouTubers who sew, and most of them are like single women who, you know, sometimes they like record, sew and edit and post a video within like 24 or 48 hours, it seems, you know, and sometimes they'll even say, and I just can't do that. Like this is the first time I've ever made a pair of pants, so if I was not filming, it would still probably take me at least like, you know, several hours of planning and sewing and fixing and mending and everything, because I'm using like this fabric had holes in it. Anyways, also I didn't film myself like tracing and getting like making the pattern, because I'm gonna link a video down below of this really helpful like how it taught me how to make a pattern from my own pants video from this lady. So I'm gonna put it in the description box below so you can look it up and then you can replicate your own favorite pair of pants. Also, like my camera battery sometimes was dying and then it was too low, the battery would be too low to record anything, and there was at least a moment there where I was filming continuously for like an hour and then it just crapped out. So I didn't get to recording like sewing the crotch line and certain things, which may have been good. I don't know if this is really like a tutorial. It's more just like me doing it, like a vlog, like week in the life of me just sewing. Today I'm going to remake my favorite pair of pants, and they're like a linen. Actually, I don't think they're linen. I think they're just cotton, but they're like these poofy parachute pants. My sister-in-law gave them to me and I just love them. I love the way they fit me and they're super comfortable, and they're like actually kind of warm because they're thick, and I just want to have a pair that's made out of like real linen, and found this linen fabric at, it's like a used house part store. What do I say? Like building materials. It's like a recycled building materials store. And there was like one day they randomly had all these racks outside of clothing, and then inside as well they had like tables of fabric. And I found this for $4, and it's actually huge. Like it's definitely enough to make these pants. So I have a roll of like drafting paper, I think that's what it's called, I don't know, pattern paper I guess, that I traced these pants on. I think I did all the measuring correctly. So I'm gonna cut out the pieces and trace it on my fabric and make the pants. Anyways, let's do this. So here's my pattern pieces, the front and the back, and I'm gonna make like 2 of each one. But before I cut into my beautiful piece of fabric, I have these bed sheets. I'm actually going to make a mock-up, practice one. I'm gonna make a practice pair of pants. I mean, yeah, I just would hate to like sew something and it be a total mess and then I don't have the fabric anymore, you know? And I feel like that's just like my biggest fear with sewing, and so I'm just gonna like make this. I have bed sheets like for sewing. Yeah, I recommend that you get some bed sheets or some sort of like scrap fabric that's just for practicing, because when you know that it's there, you're like, I might as well make an extra pair of pants, and like worst case scenario, I have a nice pair of pajama pants. Or they don't work at all and I don't have anything, but I still have the fabric that I wanted to make something cool with. And now I know how to make it better. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this is, I think it's like a twin sheet. Maybe it's bigger than that. Ooh. So earlier today I started my pants and then the kids needed me. It's like at a certain point, especially when they're both awake, I'm just like, that's it, that's all I can do, you know? I mean, I have to like just be present with them, so I can't just be like making stuff. I also have to feed them. Sometimes that takes a lot of thought and a lot of energy to, you know, just be in a relationship with my children. It's a lot. It's wonderful though. I love them. So, David's gonna be home pretty soon, but I thought that while I have a few minutes before he comes home, I'll just try continuing, and I'm gonna cut out the pattern pieces on my bed sheet that I have and try sewing them together. That's the first step, so yeah. I guess I could try pockets too. Just do the whole thing. Why not? But I don't think I'll do it all tonight. Man, this takes so long. I just feel like I have a project I want to do and it's gonna take me like a month. Like I could probably do 1 project a month if I'm being realistic. Yeah. This is my monthly project. Clothing wise. I have so many things I want to make, so it's hard to choose one thing, but I think that's the way I have to do things. It's just say, okay, like 1 item of clothing a month, and I mean, I'm also making puppets and gifts, and I mean, I make a lot of things, so I think this is pretty successful. I'm proud of myself. so now I'm going to attempt to make the real pair of pants out of the real good material. So I'm in my sewing room, which is also where the laundry gets collected and folded and put away at some point. My son is sleeping upstairs. He's like 15 months old, Alvin. And Gloria has just turned 4. She's at the table painting at the kitchen table. So I'm just taking whatever time I have. You know, the house is not clean, but I want to make something, and this is my time to do it. So the housework can wait a couple of hours. And yeah, I'm really excited to see these pants become pants. Let's do it. So now I'm gonna cut out pockets that are just kind of like a guess, or actually, I think I'm gonna use pockets from a different pattern. One sec. So I'm gonna use the pocket cutout from the Allwell box top, and I'll just add a little bit of seam allowance on the inside, like this one right here, and then I'm just gonna sew one of these onto each of the 4 panels for my pants. Okay, so I cut out 4 pockets, like 4 pocket panels or like pieces from this. And now I'm gonna now I'm gonna cut the waistband. So on the original pair of pants, I should get them, one second. So on the original pair of pants, the waistband is like, I don't know, 1.5 inches or 2 inches. I'm gonna cut out, I guess I could just cut out 3 inches. Here's the elastic that I bought though to go in it, so it might be exactly the right width. So I think I'm just gonna go by this instead. And I will make sure that, maybe I'll do 3 inches. I don't even know where the packaging is for this, so I'll just make sure that it can go around this. I need to measure the waist of my pants before I cut the waistband, because last time when I did my muslin, it was too short. So, okay, so this is 16. 64. Okay, now I have all my pieces cut and it's time to start sewing. Basically what I'm gonna do first is take 1 front panel, 1 back panel, and then, the first thing I'm going to do is sew the pocket pieces on the side. So, here's one of my back panels, I think. And I'm just gonna sew on the outside edge one of these pieces on, about 1 inch away from the top. Just like that on all of them. The reason why I didn't copy the pattern on these pants, on the original pants, well, I did for my muslin. They're just like little rectangles, but I just couldn't really figure out how it was done. It was like, obviously they sewed a piece of fabric in half and then sewed it somehow inside and then closed up like 1 inch of it at the bottom. But I was like, nah, I got a better idea. So yeah, I'll do that. Okay, now I've taken my front and back panels and lined them up with the opposite one. So I have a front panel, and I've made sure that the pocket, the seam is on this side. So when I open it up, you can't see the seam, and that's my right side of my pants. So you want the wrong side to be on the back, and put the right sides together. And this is a back panel. You can tell because like the back seam is much longer than the front seam, so that's how I can tell. And then I'm lining it up on the side where there's a pocket. Just lining that up, lining the pocket up. And I'm gonna sew from the top down and then all the way along the edge of the pocket and then down the side seam. And I'll do that for the other side as well. Then I'll sew the inseam, but we'll get there. Okay, now I'm going to sew the inseams together. Okay, so this is what each side looks like. So this will be folded like that, and that'll be like the front, and then this is the back. So I've got two of those, and now I'm going to sew them wrong sides together. Down the inseam, like so. Okay, so I have sewn both legs together. So here's the pocket, the inseam, and I have finished the bottom of the pants just with like a rolled hem. I just rolled it, like I folded it once and then folded it again, and then sewed around the edge. So the next step is, oh, and this pocket is perfect. So the next step would be to take the one piece that's right side out and grab it by the bottom and put it down inside of this piece, making sure that the pockets are on the same side as each other. So here's the top of the outer seam, or outside seam, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. The top of the back seam. Okay, so this is an exciting moment. So this is the pants before I sewed the elastic on, and they look huge. They're perfect. Okay. So the next step now is just to sew on the top. That's gonna like be the casing for the elastic. So I'm just gonna, I think what I'm gonna do actually is fold this in half and iron it. And then just start it like, Actually, I wonder if I should fold it over first. I probably should fold one end over like this. I'm just learning as I go, so you're getting the real version here. And then fold it together so you don't see that little lip. And then I will probably start sewing it like right in the middle in the front. Or maybe I should do in the back. No, I'll do in the front. Yeah. Are you playing? Okay, now I'm going to take my elastic that I have and measure right where I want my pants to sit. So I'm just gonna measure like the width of my waist. Maybe a little bit looser, and I'm not gonna have it stretch at all because I want it to be like comfortable when I'm like, it's not gonna be loose, but like just so it's just there, you know? Because the pants that I'm copying, they're actually quite tight. So like when I put them on, it's like it feels like they're like this already, as opposed to like what I'd like them to feel like, and I'd like them to just like sit here like comfortably. So I think that's where I'm gonna sew it together, and yeah, I think that feels perfect. Okay, actually, I need to put the elastic through the pants first. So I'm gonna use like a big safety pin. I've got these really big ones that are for diapers. So I'm just I'll measure it after it's already in the pants, see how it feels. Okay, so it's been a few hours. I finished the pants. So I tried to like stretch the fabric out and then like sew the material to the elastic, but it did not work. Like I have this whole bunch right here that like it won't go flat. So obviously I did it wrong. So I'm gonna take it all out and then, redo it with 2 lines of stitching. I'm gonna make sure that they're zigzag, I think. So yeah. Okay, it is literally hours later. It's like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. I have actually sewn around the elastic on this waistband twice and had to rip it all out, which takes so long. And you know, I've also had to make dinner and put Gloria to bed, which took so long in Alvin. But I just had David like hold this open like as tight as it'll go, and I put some pins down in hopes that that will help me like know, okay, between these 2 pins I have to make it flat. So we'll see if this works. product. I know it wasn't perfect. Actually, I didn't finish the embroidery on the back of one of the legs, you might have noticed. And I wish I would have made the waistband a little bit tighter. I thought I was being smart by making it not too tight. But I think in hindsight, I would have rather had it a little bit tighter. But I don't know, they still fit. They don't fall down or anything, so maybe it's not too bad. Besides that, I'm really, really happy with these pants, and I will definitely be making them again. I'd love to have a pair made out of lightweight denim, and yeah, like more, or even more like heavier weight linens and corduroy. Like I can just, oh, it's just so dreamy to imagine these pants in like all these different fabrics. Also, these pants I think are more of like a summertime pant. Like I would wear them to the beach or the river or something like that. Like wear them with a bathing suit top. Like that's kind of how I imagine wearing them. So yeah. Anyways, I really hope you guys like that, and please, if you want to see more of my content where my goal is just to inspire you to put your phone down, stop getting inspired, and just make something. Let this be the last inspirational thing you see today on your phone or your screens, and just go make something. Even if it's getting you closer to being able to make something, like cleaning up your sewing room, or I don't know, like organizing your paints, or like, why can't I think of anything else besides sewing and painting? Organizing your kitchen, or like, you know, your cupboard so you feel like baking, or like making skincare products, or whatever you do. Like, set yourself up for success in being creative, because in my opinion, it is one of the most important things we can do with our time. So thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.